government reiterates COVID-19 vaccines are safe and there should be no doubt on their efficacy. India's forest cover increases to 24.56% of geographical area, informs government in Lok Sabha. Congress star campaigner Rahul Gandhi addresses election rallies in Upper Assam, BJP leader Arjun Munda in Udalguri. Lower Assam witnesses electioneering wave on the last day of filing nomination for third phase of assembly polls. And Sikkim government issues new notification listing measures to contain COVID-19. Good evening and welcome to the Northeast News. This is Joshna Borwa with the news in detail. The government today reiterated that COVID-19 vaccines are safe and there should be no doubt on their efficacy. Replying to supplementaries during the question hour in the Lok Sabha today, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that any vaccine undergoes rigorous scientific trials and expert scrutiny at national and international level before it is administered. He said minimal side effects have been reported with regard to COVID-19 vaccines in the country so far. He urged the people to come forward to take COVID-19 vaccines.
हमारे भारत में जो 2 वैक्सीन्स आज लोगों के पास उपलब्ध कराई गई हैं, ये तीनों पैरामीटर्स पर यानी सेफ्टी का पैरामीटर, एफिकेसी का पैरामीटर और इम्यूनोजेनेसिटी का पैरामीटर, इसके ऊपर इनमें पर्याप्त जो है समाज की रक्षा करने की ताकत है.
Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar has asserted that India is on track to achieve its targets set under the Paris Agreement for combating climate change. Replying to supplementaries during question hour in Lok Sabha today, Javadekar said implementation of National Action Plan on Climate Change and other measures have led to reduction in emission intensity of GDP by 24% between 2005 and 2016. He said India's forest cover is continuously increasing and it has reached 24.56% of geographical area of the country. The minister also said the government has taken a series of measures to reduce the carbon emission and is committed to reduce the pollution level in the 100 cities in the next 5 years under the National Clean Air Program. Asserting that allocation to combat climate change was sufficient, Javadekar added that India's net emission of carbon is very low in comparison to other developed countries. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who is on a 2-day tour in pole-bound Assam, interacted with students at Lahual in Dibrugarh district on Friday. Participating in the interaction program, Rahul Gandhi said that youth should actively participate in politics and fight for Assam if one feels that the state is being robbed. Urging the students to actively participate in politics, he said that the students will have to fight with love, not with stones or lathis. He also reiterated the issues of tea labourers and privatization of airports. Rahul Gandhi will also address in election rallies in multiple locations in the state over the next few days. The Congress election manifesto is also set to be unveiled by Rahul Gandhi at Assam Pradesh Congress office on Saturday. Union Minister for Tribal Affairs and senior BJP leader Arjun Munda on Friday, while addressing an election rally at Masbat in Udalguri district of Assam, said central government has been sincerely working for granting scheduled tribe status to 6 communities of Assam. He said that the ruling political dispensation at the centre is committed to fulfilling its promises. Praising Assam government for carrying out development activities in the last 5 years in the state, Munda said the state has made good progress in all fronts of development with support from the centre. He added that for successfully implementing central government's welfare programs in the last 5 years, people of Assam will pay good dividend in the assembly polls to the political force which has governed the state last 5 years.
यहाँ के आपके लोकप्रिय एमसीएलए उपस्थित हुआ केंद्रीय मंत्री मुख्य अतिथि
Assam is under the grip of an electioneering wave. On the last day of filing nomination for the third phase of polls, several top leaders of all political parties have submitted their respective nomination papers. In Guwahati, BJP stalwart Himanta Biswa Sharma has filed his nomination papers at DC office of Kamrup Metropolitan District. Several top leaders of BJP accompanied Sharma in his nomination papers filing. In other districts of Lower Assam, several candidates have filed their respective nomination papers at the offices of authorities concerned. Meanwhile, with barely a week left for the first phase of Assam Assembly election, political parties across the state have intensified campaigning to woo the voters. Time now for a short commercial break. More stories to follow. Stay tuned.
Hi Mom, फिर से शॉपिंग? बाबूजी, आपने इसे बिगाड़ के रखा।
लिमिट में करो तो कुछ बुरा नहीं होता है।
बिना लिमिट शॉपिंग करेगी आपके कार्ड पे। ऐड ऑन जो है।
मैंने तो कार्ड पे लिमिट सेट कर दिया। अच्छा, इसके फायदे ये हैं कि रिस्क कम हो जाता है और अगर फ्रॉड भी हुआ तो तुरंत बैंक को बोल दीजिए, नुकसान कम।
दादू!
नेक्स्ट टाइम ये पिंक ड्रेस। You're the limit.
लिमिट तो सेट है। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. Sikkim government has issued a new notification listing measures to contain COVID-19. All commercial establishments, including restaurants, bars, nightclubs, discos, gyms and pubs, will be closed by 10 p.m. with exemption for in-house guests. Vehicular movement from 10:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. will not be permitted apart from emergency purposes and commercial vehicles. Moreover, all schools, institutions and establishments should maintain social distancing and ensure the use of sanitizer and face mask. Chief Minister P.S. Thamang had on Wednesday announced a night curfew after 10 p.m. and restrictions on vehicular movement after 10:30 p.m. to guard against COVID-19. Union Health Ministry said that the country has administered over 3 crore 93 lakh vaccination doses in the country so far. More than 22 lakh 2,000 people have been inoculated with COVID-19 doses in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the country saw a spike in reported cases, taking the total number of new infections to 39,726 in the past 24 hours, taking the cumulative positive cases to over 1 crore 15 lakh. The Health Ministry said 154 deaths have been reported during the last 24 hours, taking the toll to over 1,59,000 across the country. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is over 2,71,000, which comprises only 2.36% of the total positive cases. In the COVID update from the Northeast, Assam reported 298 active cases, 2,15,160 discharged cases, while the death toll is 1,100. There are 3 active cases in Arunachal Pradesh, followed by 16,783 released cases. The dead account for 56. With 28 active cases, Manipur has reported 28,924 cured cases, while the tally for the dead is 373. Meghalaya has 32 active cases, followed by 13,825 released cases. The tally for the dead is 148. In Mizoram, number of active cases is 13, while cured cases stand at 4,421. The number of deaths is 11. Reporting 7 active cases, Nagaland has logged 12,127 discharged cases, while the death toll is 91. Sikkim has 48 active cases, followed by 6,013 cured cases. The dead account for 135. Saddled with 21 active cases, Tripura has logged 33,042 released cases, while the tally for the dead remains 391. The 5-day-long budget session of Tripura Assembly began today with the Governor's address to the House. The Governor, in his address, highlighted the development initiative of 3-year-old BJP IPFT government. The governor said that the state economy has got a massive boost over the year despite the COVID pandemic, and the state domestic gross product has increased. He said that the state government has initiated multiple projects for the development of the agriculture sector and to achieve the target of making farmers' income double by 2023. In Meghalaya, while replying to a query raised by West Shillong legislator Mohendro Rapsang in the Assembly, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma on Thursday said that the Ministry of Home Affairs, in its reply to the state's request, stated that the centre is conscious of the sentiments and requirements for inclusion of other languages in the 8th schedule to the Constitution. Sangma said there are several similar requests pending with the Government of India. The Chief Minister also informed that the state government had sent due letter to Union Home Minister last year to urge the Government of India to strongly consider on the proposal for inclusion of Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India. The 78th Battalion Central Reserve Police Force CRPF at Zubza, Kohima, celebrated its 82nd Foundation Raising Day of CRPF today. The Raising Day celebrations began by paying homage to the brave martyrs of the force who sacrificed their lives in the line of duty for the cause of the nation. Bijendra Kumar Dahiya, Commandant away on duty, 78th Battalion CRPF Zubza, briefed the men about the significance of the day and informed that initially the force was raised under British rule on July 27, 1939 at Nimuch, Madhya Pradesh as Crown Representative Police. After independence, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister, considering the value and importance of the force and the versatility of the force, decided not to disband the British force.
These प्रशिक्षण संस्थान 43 ग्रुप केंद्र और 246 बटालियन आज के टाइम.
In Mizoram, despite government's report to curb the smuggling of areca nut, central government banned the import of areca nuts in order to prevent illegal smuggling through Mizoram from Myanmar. But the smuggling of areca nuts continues while Indo-Myanmar border trade point at Zokothar, Mizoram, is closed to avoid fleeing of refugees from Myanmar military coup. Reports stated amidst the pandemic and military coup in Myanmar, the smuggler paved other roads at different border road areas without crossing border checkpost. During the month of February this year, Customs Preventive Force seized 2,505 bags of areca nuts, which cost over 3 crore rupees. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. Government reiterates COVID-19 vaccines are safe and there should be no doubt on their efficacy. India's forest cover increases to 24.56% of geographical area, informs government in Lok Sabha. Congress star campaigner Rahul Gandhi addresses election rallies in Upper Assam. BJP leader Arjun Munda in Udalguri. Lower Assam witnesses electioneering wave on the last day of filing nomination for third phase of assembly polls. And Sikkim government issues new notification listing measures to contain COVID-19. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands with soap. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. And that's all in this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.